Listen, if it's one thing about a Caribbean person, a cup of tea, please. I was catching up on the newest Doctor. I don't know if we have any Whovians. Doctor Who. I liked Ruby's mom's mom, her grandma. I like her character, Jamaican, and she was just in bed the entire time. She was like, "Can I get a cup of tea?" The whole I think the entire season she only got one cup of tea, and every time I was like, y'all, make the woman a cup of cocoa tea. We haven't even introduced the video and I just went all the way over there. Let's bring it back. Hey guys. Let's do a Sephora sale haul. Is it too late to do a Sephora sale haul? Listen, I'm so sorry. Any moms out there, I feel like this is an American thing only though, because I don't remember my mom losing her mind specifically in the month of May with 4 kids. But something about May in America, it did do too much. This is gonna be an unboxing for both of us. It's been so long, I don't even remember what I ordered. My face is pretty clean. I have mascara, a teeny bit of one of my favorite concealers, the Clé de Peau eye corrector, because I didn't want to jump scare you guys too bad. First, coming out of the box is from Charlotte Tilbury. I love Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. The formula is so good, very long lasting, smooth on the lips. They sit in between the lip liners that are dry, which means, you know, they wear well, and then the creamy, nice glide, but don't always necessarily stay well. So I love Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. I have a bunch for myself. These are personal. My order is for myself. There are a few things that I wanted to discover and play with. If I remember correctly, this is not a Pro Kit restock because, in all honesty, I haven't been going into my Pro Kit, and I've got more than enough stuff in the beauty closet. I really do have a Saj 4 at home. I like to stay on top of what's going on, but I feel like beauty, you know, everyone is talking about recession indicators. I feel like beauty is a little bit boring right now. There's nothing much new happening. Did I need these? No, absolutely not. But you give me a baby size of any full-size product, the exact same thing, like you just give me baby and I have to have it. Would you guys like to see my baby makeup collection? It's so cute. I have all the little babies. Let's compare the full size. I just proved to myself that this was the most unreasonable purchase, because look at the full size in comparison to, now granted, these full-size pencils, they're not brand new. So the new babies and 2 full size, it's not that much bigger, right? It's not. And especially when you look at the actual pencil part of it. But these aren't brand new. Like, I've used these and sharpened them quite a few times, so it has gone down. It probably would be a better comparison with a brand new full size. So this was a set, obviously, and it had all of the shades that I like. I've got Pillow Talk Medium, Iconic Nude. So these are the most used shades that I use personally. Okay, next is YSL Lash Clash mascara. This has very quickly become one of my favorite mascaras. This is shade number 2 in Uninhibited Brown. I am wearing it right now. I've been wearing it nonstop. It was first gifted to me. I emptied one. I was just about to go buy another one, and they gifted me another one in another set. I was like, yes, I'm down to that one. And I've realized, like, I would be getting ready in my bathroom, and then I would stop and come downstairs into my office, which is in my basement, to get this, to put it on, and then go back over. I feel like, I know I said nothing's exciting that's really happening with beauty. I feel like we're about to get hit with mascaras, and I think that's another recession indicator too, because usually when I get feedback from, you know, like my personal clients, I'm like, what's the one thing you won't leave home without? And everyone is like, mascara. I think we're going to be overwhelmed with mascara in a good way. My next is from Violette FR. I had ordered a few things from her already directly from her site, so I was excited when, you know, it was announced that she's launched at Sephora, because, you know, it just kind of makes things easier. Got a matte liquid eyeshadow slash liner, and I am destroying the box. Let's see what shades we have. Oh, oh, oh. Present me is very pleased with past me. You make good choices, girl. This shade is called Cafe City. That's what it's called, okay? And this is a warm red, like just mahogany red brown. And I saw it and I was like, you guys know I love a brown eye. I don't care how people want to think, oh, it's boring and that's just like the beige of makeup. No, it is the sexiest thing when you find the brown for your complexion and you do a one and done. You do a little smudge liner, you throw a sexy brown false lash or mascara on top of it, both. Honey, yeah, we're putting this on immediately. Wait, let me, where's the other one? Let's see what the other color is. Ooh, I'm so smart. I'm so smart. This is Tendre Corail. It's called this, okay? These are what the two shades swatched looks like. That's such a pretty color. We'll take some of this shade and let's just do it as like a little liner. And I'm gonna smudge that out. I really did want to see both colors, but I am gonna have to circle back and do just this brown only because she deserves it. Really gorgeous colors. I feel like on camera this the kind of coral is looking, it's pulling orange, but in person it is coral. You know what I mean? Like it's not orange, it's coral. The other product that I have from her is the Bisou Jelly. Let me show you the full packaging. So this is her Shine Lip Balm and I got shade Aisa, which is red. Yeah, so sometimes you need to put it on. Like swatching isn't always gonna work because sometimes products need to be in the place that they're made to be, right? The texture of the skin on my lips is completely different to the texture of the skin on the palm of my hand. I was scrubbing this on my hand and it was completely invisible. You can clearly see the difference between my top and bottom lip. So this has pigment in the center and then it's surrounded by that clear balm, and that's also what concentrates the pigment to like the center of your lips, and then the lip line is blurred. Very French, or so they say. I've never been. It feels wonderful and I do like the little bit of lip. For this time of year, this will replace, I usually do the Dior lip balm in, I think it's shade 8, which is another red, but it usually looks a little pink on me, that Dior. It doesn't come out as red as I would like. I do like the way this red looks. I wouldn't mind a little bit more. I could probably keep going at it, but it's not made to give me more. It's giving what it's made to give. Is this prettier to hide? This is a portrait from my baby. I'm pretty sure this is her older sister because the girls have never drawn me as a black woman, that's for sure. They just discovered that I'm black. If you look at the lip on its own, you'll see that it's pretty, it's fresh, it's a beautiful everyday. Our next product is from Fara Humidi. I hope that I'm saying that right. Guys, the Caribbean accent is very literal. You know what I mean? Like phonetically literal. What the letters sound like is what we're gonna say. So this is the Essential Face Compact. Oh, it's big. I got shade Ochre, and this is a Shine Balm and concealer. Gorgeous package, heavy. Okay, in the event of an emergency, if you need to, you can. So I wanted to pull up a little background on the brand. I had my suspicions and I just wanted to confirm. I was like, I feel like this is a makeup artist and a makeup artist brand, and she is a New York based makeup artist renowned for impeccable technique and minimalist style of makeup. It makes sense. You can always tell when the brand is coming from a working artist because they're just certain things that are gonna come together that most people, or just, hey, let's start a beauty brand, you know, folks are not gonna get. So the texture of this, it's creamy. It's creamy. It's not a super slippery creamy. Again, pro. If I were to compare this to something, I would maybe say La Mercier Secret Camouflage in terms of texture. It's melting in really nicely. It surprisingly has a brightening effect on me, although when I look at it in the compact, I think it would just sit at my skin tone, but it is brightening. It could also be in comparison to the heaviness that I have on my eyes, because Nikon makes things really soft and really pretty sometimes, but in my mirror, like, I need my face balanced because this eye is so much in the best way, in the most beautiful way. Let's try a little bit on this spot right here. Let's see how it does. Oh yes. Oh no, I feel like the lightness is throwing me a little bit, but regardless, I love this. Is a product that is right up my alley. I like the color. I'm not mad at it. This is definitely something that I would tap. You guys know I love a little tap tap tap. I will be yelling at you guys every time I say yelling. I'm like, hey TikTok fam. I'm gentle parenting a little bit on YouTube. Let's do the shiny balm part. So there's a shiny side. Initially, I thought this was two concealer products. I thought it was like a corrector conceal. Usually that's what they give you, but she was like, no, conceal, give yourself a bit of glow and go about your business. And I was like, you know what, yeah, thanks. That's so thoughtful of you. I'm gonna tap this on my cheek. I'm also gonna put this on my eyelid. Hello? Yeah, it's me calling. The only thing that would have kicked this concept up a notch for me is a blush, but I'm still not mad at that because from a pro perspective, the blush is never the right shade for the skin tone. And blush is also kind of personal preference. To me, blush sits right there with your favorite lip color. So I'm not mad at her not doing it. It makes sense not doing it. Just for me, as a lazy individual, when it comes to my makeup, to just have this and then do the little correcting, do a little touch of color, and then the shine would just be so good for lazy me. From Danessa Myricks, who needs no introduction, the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm. I realize I don't have any Danessa Myricks beauty content, which is insane because I've been using Danessa Myricks since her first product, which was the Color Fix. I initially got shade 3.5. It wasn't quite there. And then this is shade 4. And I don't think it's quite there either. So I would have to mix the two together. And if I'm gonna be honest, I already said I'm a lazy makeup. Yo, cause it's like we do so much for work. We do all the steps. When I'm doing, like, I don't want, it can't feel like work. It can't feel like work. Back in 1801, when I modeled for a little bit, the makeup artists, the pros who were doing my makeup, were never wearing any makeup. And I asked every single one, like, why are you wearing any makeup? And they're like, I can't. And I'm like, oh, well, if I was a professional makeup artist, my face would be beat all day. I would be da-da-da-da-da-da. And the minute I became a working, I actually thought of the last conversation I had, because she was just like, no, I know, I get it, but just, you know, it's hard to understand. Hey girl, I don't know if you recognize me, if you happen to see this and you remember, I'm so sorry. I get it. You take a little foundation. Oh, wait. This might be it. Wait. Wait, would? That looks good, right? Not me having my match in Danessa. No. This looks so good. So you really have to try, like you can't just look at it, right? Because it really does melt into the skin, and that's why, like she says, the shades are kind of, they flex a little bit. Don't think because you hadn't seen her, it was like, it wasn't good. Because I know that I've said that before, right? But the reason why it goes to work. So I'm stocking up on some personals so that we can play. And this is one of the first things that I wanted to get. Like I said, I had this, I think it was 3.5, and that was too light. And I was like, okay, fingers crossed on this number 4. And I think if a 4.5 comes up, then I said just a little tiny request. If you want to give us a 4.5, I will not complain. I will be so grateful. Next in our haul is from Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in Barely Blushing. Now I picked up this color specifically because I felt like it could be a bronzer tone for really fair, really light skin. Because fair skin, when you get hit with sun, do you turn brown or are you pink? Self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. So when I saw this, I saw someone swatch it and I was like, oh wait, you might need to add this to the list. And I really do think it might work. I think, you see it right here? I really do think it might work. And to be honest, something that I have been doing with my own makeup, I like using the Chanel water blush in, I'm gonna put it on my cheek. Yes. Okay, the Chanel water blush in, I think, Barely Pink or like a neutral pink, something like that. And every time I wear that, I get so many compliments on my skin. And I felt like this formula looked like it would sit very similar to that. I think this has mixed reviews, to be honest. And I know the girlies are gonna take a powder blush and set it and layer it. And I'm just like, isn't this enough? Isn't this pretty? Please respect the texture formulation. So much thought goes into what the final texture of this product is going to be. Like a dewy cheek is not for everyone, right? But don't buy a dewy cheek product and then throw a powder on top. It's rude, to be honest. Have some manners. Before, when I used to just fry like a rotisserie giraffe, I would just be orange, but certain areas would be really pink too. Initially I wanted to explore this shade as a bronzer shade for my fair skin clients, and I think we might have found something. So please, if you watch this and you try it, report back and let me know how you feel about it. So from Givenchy, the Prism Libre Full Color Pressed Powder. I actually forgot that I bought this. So if you were there for the Prism Libre Powder Gate, they essentially launched a beautiful loose powder. I bought it in travel size because I was checking out and I saw the baby size. Not they relaunched it and just made it grease and mica and looking like this when you're powdering, and it's like, wow, don't do that. So everyone lost their mind, and so they said, well, here, damn. So they gave us a pressed compact, gorgeous packaging. I got shade 4. My tiny baby travel size is in shade 3, but that was out of stock. So I just got this one. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. Let's try this, because we could do with a bit of powder. Okay, yeah, this is nice. This is nice. It's like the original, but you know, pressed. So this is what they should have done. Skip the reformulation, jump right to giving us a press, because the loose is a little messy. No one would have been mad, you know, and you can see my forehead is matte, but there's still that reflection, that radiance, which is why the powder was so nice. It was also really nice under the eyes. Gorgeous. So the last thing that I have is some fragrance. This is the new fragrance from Glossier, and I'm going on record. I collect these like Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. Okay, this is Glossier You Fleur. I know how to say that one. It means flower. And this is beautiful lavender packaging. So I have them all. Maybe we come back and we do a full like Glossier fragrance review. I'm not a fragrance girly, but I do find that my explanations, you know, they're always unique and it's always a fun time. So I'm gonna spray it on the, that was very creamy. Let's get the notes. Glossier You has to be on skin. Like you have to spray this on your skin. You can't just spray it on your clothes. So I actually like to spray this on my body before I get dressed to make sure that it's hitting my skin. If I forget, then I try and at least really get my wrist. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just demonstrating that I get my wrist. Oh. I stopped. I don't rub them together anymore, I swear. All right, so it's a floral blend and a textured mineral salt accord, followed by osmanthus, ylang ylang. I can't say it twice. Ylang ylang. Oh, that was hard. Apricot skin and cashmeran. And then it has a warm musky base with ambrox. So what's interesting about the Glossier You fragrances is the base of all of them is Glossier You, and then they add more seasonings to it to get the different variations. So if you like You, you're gonna like any of these because it's the concept of layering your fragrance, but they've layered everything in the package. But this is beautiful. I love these. I mean, to be honest, I need to film my empties for last year and honestly this year because I've been going through stuff and I've been adding to it. But I finished Glossier. I've never finished a perfume. No, I'm lying. I finished my Escada. I know, millennial. But that was my jam back in the day. Okay, that sweet, sickly sweet. Oh, so good. I just want to smell good. You know, and when I get whiffs of these, they make me really happy. They make me really happy. And I think that we need to also kind of normalize everyday fragrances. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't always have to be a satin oud to go to Pilates. You know what I mean? Yeah. So listen, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what, I love these. I love these. I think if you just like pretty fragrances that smell good and that you want to smell good and it not be overbearing, but also not nothing, right? Because a lot of times when they're like, oh, it's fresh and skin-like, it's giving nothing. You cannot go wrong with these. I'll talk more about these. I think we need to do, because I have all of them. Okay, so let's do a Glossier fragrance review. And I'm gonna say it here so that I actually do it, so you guys can hold me accountable. So all right, I am gonna hop off now and go and have my one-on-one follow-up. And this was fun. Maybe I will not take so long to go through my orders because so many things I could have been using all this time. All right, and if in the meantime you need help with your skin prep or any other step in your makeup routine, you can check out any one of these videos and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.